Hello, everybody.
All right, tournament start.
And welcome back. Hold on a second. What the hell is playing in the background right now? Hold on a second.
Wow. All right, bring it back, back.
Oh my God, what is happening? Where is this audio coming? I think I'm hearing Smash.
Are you okay, dude?
I'm hearing like Smash somewhere. I think it's on this tab. Closing that tab. Yeah, there was like Smash playing in the background, so I think it was like a random extra tab I had open. Wonderful intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is BTS America's 4, and we have had a bit of an intermission there earlier today. We did get to catch a riveting matchup, if you will, of what was it? We'll cut to the bracket right now. It was Team Shazam going toe-to-toe against the Elite Wolves. They secured their spot into the semifinals, did Shazam, and now we got to find out the last team to make it into the semis, and the last team that will represent South America here, as it's going to be Infamous versus Pain Gaming. Joining me for this excellent South American coverage is going to be one of the widest people I know. It's Maut. So, Maut,
wait
hola,
introduce me.
mucho gusto.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? Are you doing well, Dakota? Hopefully you can hear me, and I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm doing better than I was this past week.
So much better.
I sound probably like a human being instead of somebody that's an animal dying.
Yes.
So that's something that I can take with me here into this best-of-3 series between Infamous and Pain Gaming. This is really interesting. This is one of the better matchups that we've had so far this tournament. Like, because so many teams, it feels like, have just gotten free wins or just crazy stuff has happened. There's been a lot of changes. You know, and some of those changes have affected those Tier 2 teams. But for the most part, a lot of these Tier 2 teams are still intact here for BTS Americas, and there's been some interesting, I guess, walkover wins. Team Freedom was able to get a win over Digital Chaos earlier, which is really important for them. We all know how that went down, how that situation arose. But they're like, yeah, we'll take that. We take those wins. And, well, Infamous and Pain Gaming, they will actually have to play this out. They will not have Z-Talk, by the way. He was actually playing with them 5 days ago. This is really important. I do want to talk about this a little bit.
Go ahead.
Because Valve did ban Z-Talk, Van, and Smash. And those are the 3 that we know. There may be others from playing in Valve events and pretty much in general, I believe so.
Well, we did see earlier today Elite Wolves play, and Smash and Van were both there.
Well, they're not banned from your event. That comes to see you guys.
Well, they're done now. They're done now.
Okay.
So, well, I guess apparently BTS gave them the go-ahead to finish out this series and had confidence that Shazam was gonna just crush them, I suppose.
I mean, like, listen, like, there's no reason to not have them. Like, the fact is Valve didn't want them competing with what happened, and I can talk about that, and I will go into that probably a little bit later when we have time. But
we'll have a pause, I'm sure, Maut. This is 2
if
South American teams.
There's
going to be
I do want to talk about it. I'm probably going to
put it on the table.
About it.
Put it on the table. We'll go back and we'll pick it up and we'll dance with it a bit.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But
we'll
this is a matchup that's interesting because Infamous. This is pretty much the full squad with the exception of Z-Talk. Roundabout is a stand-in, I believe. It's kind of interesting because his avatar is the one that's Kotaro, the one that's verified as Kotaro SR Forever. And he, I believe, he's been playing the carry role in some of the games he's been in, but also Panda Eyes has also been playing, I think, carry for the squad for at least a couple of games. He's been part of Infamous for a couple of months now, so that's the only two here the only 2 players I'm not completely sure of, and I was trying to figure it out. I'm pretty sure that Roundabout is not Kotaro and it's Panda, but I might be wrong about that. But Excel is Lude, Greedy is Greedy, and A-Tune is A-Tune, so those are pretty easy to understand. This is the biggest problem I have with South American squads. Like, you can never really be sure of who is who, because they always fake it in almost every certain.
They gotta have originality and their own sense of individuality with these names sometimes, and whatever. It makes it difficult for fans and people to kind of really praise them. So that's their choice, I suppose. But I want to play one of my favorite games when I happen to have you here, and it fits appropriately for this one. Can you name those anime icons, Maut? Can you name the shows? We can start from top to bottom.
I'm gonna need a couple of seconds because I actually have to go back through because I can't actually see the icons because they're so small.
Okay.
But if I can check out their profiles, I can see them. So I'll be
go
able
to Google. Sure, Maut. All right. Now,
hold on. Give me a second.
I'll trust you to magnetize that while you look it over. Let's talk about the actual draft a bit here because obviously it is underway. It was Pain Gaming who got the first pick, and with that first pick, they've been able to snag up the Beastmaster, one of the most highly touted offlaners in the game right now, with his supreme BKB piercing lockdown, along with the bird and providing the map control and vision. Adds a lot of utility to the team, and Invoker as their follow-up. Infamous grab up an early Vengeful Spirit, and then they get the Ursa, something a lot of these teams really love, the aggressive raw power of this Ursa, and they already have a way to bail them out with the Vengeful Spirit. Plus, they are on the dire side and going to be able to easily take care of Roche, not with just Ursa, but with
10 seconds.
Also, the more important thing is that Infamous, they were, when they started playing, and they were kind of getting to be known in not only the South American scene, but the North American scene as well. Kotaro Hayama was considered like one of the only people to play Ursa. And it's paid off for him because now they had like Ursa's in the meta, and boy is he in the meta because his play. Ursa's just a great hero because of Enrage. Obviously, the damage reduction is insane. The amount of damage that you can dish out with the Enrage and the Overpower and the Fury Swipes is nuts. Very good hero. Again, a lot like Sven in the sense that if you kite him around, you can deal with him. But that's the only real way that you can go to work. Going back to playing the game of anime guessing.
Okay.
I will give you one, and I'll give you one like every couple of minutes here. It's gonna be Jubileo, down of course for Pain Gaming, who actually was not there in the last game. He had Demon standing in for him.
Okay.
On the Pain Gaming side, he has One Piece, the most popular anime / manga in Japan and in America currently. It has, I think, like something like 800 chapters.
Yeah,
of the
that
manga.
show's been on for like
10 years. No, actually 16 years. Actually, it started in 2000. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's an easy one. I'll try to figure out these other ones here.
The other ones look a bit more inappropriate, but we'll have yet to see. I can name Gorillas.
Inappropriate?
I can name Bang Gorillas. I got that one. That's good.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
All right, back to the actual drafted hand. We're going back to the side of Infamous. The deck has really been spread open, but if they want to get a thriving mid laner here to contest the Invoker, the options are getting a bit more limited. Bans on Death Prophet and OD. Not much to fall back on at this point. But Bat Rider is going to be picked up. They've already got the Vengeful Spirit. We'll see if Pain hop on the opportunity to pick up something like the Oracle here. Another great hero being able to immediately shut down the lasso. And you know what? They might be able to make it work in their own lineup. Gets a good swave, and there it is, the Oracle.
Yeah, good call.
Dire team.
The Venge obviously was already picked up, so Infamous knew that they wanted to be able to at least make sure that Pain Gaming would have two options if the Vengeful Spirit was available, and Infamous wanted to deny them of that opportunity. So they were only going to get the Oracle now, and Infamous, probably knowing this, is going to have to. They'll pick heroes that are good against the Oracle. They grab already a lot of damage that could kill even through the amount of heals that Oracle can provide. There's a lot of burst damage from the Gyrocopter, from the Ursa. Disable-wise, Vengeful Spirit's there, obviously. They have the Lasso coming out, which, of course, that's the reason they picked Oracle, but still. It's a lot of really good team fight here for Infamous. And this is interesting because we don't know who's going to head mid yet or what these roles are going to be, but I'd imagine Bat Rider probably... It's interesting, too, because you have Ursa and Gyrocopter. I imagine Gyrocopter goes mid in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen it a couple of times before. Gyrocopter's mid going toe-to-toe with Invoker, and they'll put the homing missile.
Reserve time.
Level it up early and really be a problem for the Invoker. So we may see that again, and they can just get someone as like a safe 5 position, let's say, or so, to kind of hang by the Gyrocopter, I guess, just in case. I don't know if you need to go as far as getting something like a Dazzle who could pair okay with the Ursa, but we'll have to see. Next pick is for Pain. They still need to get a 4 position. They still need to get a late game core. Could go with the safe bet and grab something like I don't know, like a Lion, let's say. Anyone or anyone who can get like I was gonna say like a Force Staff to help kite around the Ursa a bit more, but they'll step off and grab their core, and it is going to be the Slark.
Yeah, I mean, just a slippery hero. If they don't have the disables to deal with him, he can just roam freely. Dark Pact is amazing for just being able to get any sort of disable off of him, like the stun.
The Bat Rider.
That's going to be hugely important. Yeah, I mean, Bat Rider really also... It's going to be tough to lock this Slark down, because I'm sure he'll be able to get like a Dark Pact off or get a Shadow Dance. Oracle can easily just like... He should probably be the false promise target in a lot of these engagements. Obviously, you want to do it on whoever's being lassoed, but Slark needs to be picked and available, and so he can just go to town. And he'll have to have a good start, I think, in this laning phase, but he should be fine. I think they need a stronger hero in lane than just an Oracle. Oracle's pretty good, but they need somebody that can roam, I think, more effectively. Oracle is good if you pair him up with another disable, but we'll see.
Radiant team pick.
Whoa, a Chen coming out. We don't get to see these very often in our precious American Dota Not a lot of supports really like to fall back on that, whereas when we look into like the majors and TI and a lot of the upper echelon competitive teams, they will pull out the Chen early Enigmas if see fit. But this time they will get it here at the end. Adds a lot of push potential. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of utility with the creeps. It does feel like a bit of anti-synergy between the lineup here of heavy fighters and pushing objectives and stuff. But,
yeah, it does.
But, you know, we'll have to see. They get a lot of extra sustain with Chen, and the final grab here for Pain will be the Darkseer grab. Ion Shells could be a bit of a difficulty there for Ursa in the early game if he is going to be in the side lane. So Darkseer should have a good time because Chen's not going to be in the lane. It's going to be a 2v1 for the Darkseer, and just a Vengeful Spear alone might not be enough to stop him. So this could be a pretty early farmed Darkseer for Pain Gaming.
Yeah, I think Pain Gaming have a more standard lineup. Infamous is a bit greedy, I feel like, but maybe not as much as I was thinking. You have a Chen early on. He wants to be jungling. Like you mentioned, Darkseer will probably have a good time if it's an Ursa Vengeful Spirit in the dual lane up at the safe lane. And Darkseer can get a lot done with that, and especially if the Bat Rider is going to be heading to the offlane. And Greedy is going to pick it up. That's their offlaner at this point. They'll be able to head back to the jungle, take some stacks
10
here.
seconds remaining.
It's interesting though. I'm because it's Darkseer picked up for Pain Gaming. That means that this Beastmaster is going to be playing the forward position by King RD again. Like, he's done a lot of really interesting supports. He did this, I think, in the last series we watched. I'm pretty sure he played the Beastmaster in the support position as well. So this is also a bit greedy as well for both squads, realistically. But again, you get these heroes, you get them the abilities, you get them to the level 6, and you start fighting. Roar is going to be super useful. He's going to get the, obviously, Boar and Hawk at the early level, so he'll have some extra vision to go their way. And, yeah, we'll see how this goes. And it is going to be A2 picking up the Gyrocopter. And he'll more than likely be in the mid lane and just throwing out that homing missile, which is not that popular anymore.
How come I can't do your new emote, by the way? I'm trying to hit up the new Mautism thing you got going. How do I...
It's capital I, by the way.
Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong.
You did it. You did it. I see it there.
ISM.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to did it just come out?
Yeah, I could see it.
Oh, it just came out. Okay, I need to refresh my chat to look at it. God, that's creepy, I love it.
I know.
That's just wonderful.
I was going for creepy when they were filming the video, but I didn't expect it to be that. Like, honestly, that's like a devil image. Like, if somebody gets, like, you could Photoshop that to make it even creepier. Honestly,
that's just great. That's
some
something special.
Put that in like a website and like throw like a scary scream, and that's a screamer.
Yeah, for
ready
sure.
to go on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe in the next Saw movie, Saw like 12, put that up on the wall.
Might as well just hire me.
Wanna play a game?
I could be even creepier.
Yeah.
You want to play a game?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go, folks. Pause is lifted. The game is underway. It's just our first game of this best of 3 to close out round number 2. With this, we'll find out which will be the last South American team to stand amongst the final 4 in the semifinals here for BTS America's 4. They're battling it out for $10,000 of prize pool money. Serious moolah right here. And unlike a lot of other places, BTS will pay out, and they pay out fast. Meanwhile, running on through, Magic Missile out will force an early pounce from Mr. ADR. And Infamous happy to kind of flex their muscles early on and take control of the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, they will secure themselves the bottom rune, but of course top rune. Pain is like, we don't really want to fight this. Oracle's wrapping around the corner here. They don't have Magic Missile mana for Elude. He doesn't have a Mango. He actually has a Clarity. He needed 10 more mana. That would have required roughly 10, even more seconds, because of course his mana regeneration is 0.6. But look how aggressive he's being. Elude is just going to walk up. That's Excel, by the way. Important to note. And they might even contest this top rune. Greedy and 8-2 are nearby, but Greedy is just going to back up. He's like, well, I'll stay in the top lane, safe lane solo, and they're kind of bottom lane aggressive, at the very least dual lane. The Chen will probably rotate nearby and help out, but an aggro dual lane coming out for right now Infamous. We'll see if that continues to be the situation.
Yeah, I don't really see a lot of aggro action recently, but in the past day or two, it's been all over the place here. So it's found a lot of success when there's been a rise in like Spectre and Slark and such. And we'll see if they can pressure the Slark here and force him to be in a bit of a struggle in the early laning phase. He'll only have Oracle by his side. Oracle's okay at zoning, but not really the best. Once he gets some levels into Purifying Flames, you may be able to kind of quickly deny your own set of creeps or get some quick last hits if necessary, but them two alone in this 2-on-2 is not for the better of Pain Gaming, so I'm curious to see what their response is going to be. King RD is actually in the jungle now. And
yeah, Iron Talent. I told you that he did this the last game we watched. He was playing the Beastmaster in the 4 position. He's been notable to do this. And the problem with this is that Chen could kind of take over this jungle, and he could be more effective at harassing. And by the way, I love the lanes that they're using. Like, Infamous are just making these lanes really good. Magic Missile on bottom, ADR will take some damage, but it'll be fine. This is just Infamous, knowing that they have the ability to just actually get so much out of this laning phase. If it was top lane like you talked about, Darkseer could have maybe had a good time against the Ursa and the Venge, but instead he has to deal with a Batrider. That is not an easy matchup for the Batrider, but still he will get last hits as he, of course, can run up his Iron Shell. And
it will probably end up being a win-win for both of those laners in the top. For now being very nice for the Darkseer, but both of them are just going to be happy it's just a one-on-one and they can both get all the XP necessary. Probably that's going to be obviously for the better of the Batrider. His lasso will come online and his potential will peak much sooner than a Darkseer, who needs to get a lot of levels. Vacuum bottom lane, they're making a pounce. Good connection for Bang, but Chen, who is offensively jungling rather, and they will be able to punish him. King RD is on the rotation. That slow from the boar is just so good. Purifying Flames a bit early on that one. Will heal up Excel very fast.
So they get the first blood for ADR. He finds himself a bounty rune as well. It really just comes down to very good vision here. This is a very defensive war, not something you see often, but they knew that Chen's going to be offensively jungling. And so they'll see that, okay, we just need to be able to have vision of our jungle, especially here, closer to the entrance of the jungle as well. And oftentimes you see this ward being placed down here, like towards the bottom tower, just to see rotations in, but they know that the Chen's there. So that's a really important kill for Pain Gaming to get. But Infamous, this is probably a more important smoke. They need to get something done here. Otherwise, this start could be pretty slow, and that's not what they're looking for.
They know the chances of finding someone here is very good. King RD could have popped the smoke, but they're actually making the migration towards mid lane. They want Lunaro here. Are they going to be able to get the Invoker down? It would require the Centaur getting easily behind him. He's going to have to move towards this creep wave a bit, but he's taking it very slow. Magic Missile will be out, and that's going to be the move. This is going to be a good stun. There is no escaping this. Double sets a lockdown. There's going to be the stomp and a tune. The big tuna will be able to pick up a kill there and get the game even at 1-1.
This is so important. That was a huge kill, very much more important than the Chen kill earlier on, because not only is the Invoker farming poorly, and obviously not having a great lane, but that's a kill going the way of the Gyrocopter, who is farming so well. So A2 continues to get a really good fast start with 20 last hits. 8 denies. The Invoker has 7. He dies and puts him even further behind.
Bang, though, pounced again, and he makes it away barely. The Purifying Flames does come out, but it's still only level 1. It could have been the difference to be able to finish off that kill. And now Excel, who does not have the mana for a Magic Missile, is just dancing around ADR. Maybe they were hoping for the tomato to be able to get off the screen there, but not going to be so fortunate. They continue to pull away from the lane, and Roundabout continues to work inside of it. He's third on CS now. Maut. Top 3 CS, by the way, all belong to Infamous. They're totally taking control of this laning phase.
Yeah, and this is... You know that the Slark is scared of this lane. He's scared of the Ursa. He doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with him, and that's, I think, pretty... There's a reason why, because Ursa could just destroy you. Look at this. Ursa Shock, he'll get like 2 right clicks, and ADR is going to fall. And Luda will get a kill onto the Oracle. Looks like it might have been solo. There was no Chen there.
I followed that whole thing. Yeah, it was just a slow race of Excel making catch-up with the Oracle, and with the help of the Bear, they were able to get the Magic Missile and the kill. So this is continuing to go better and better for Infamous across the board. The one good hope for Pain is this Darkseer still able to kind of put together some good farm for his off lane as he now works in the jungle as well. But, you know, it's a Darkseer. He needs a lot of build-up, a mech, and finally being able to get vacuum with a wall is okay, but, you know, not one you typically go on the prowl with. Not like something like this Batrider who could... did he already get... Oh, no, he got a bottle on the way, so...
He needs mana regeneration. He needs to spam more effectively. And again, the Darkseer, not really surprising. He's top in the net worth, and he'll probably continue to be so as he continues to lane top. And 40R, or 80R rather, getting chased down by the Ursa, who got a lot of gold. KRD's going to run, and he's level 3. The Boar Slow will come out. We'll do some, I think, 20% slow, but he's fine. Like, this is a tri-lane at this point. But Roundabout does not seem concerned whatsoever. And they'll just keep last hitting.
Yeah, they will need a lot more here. And Oracle definitely needs a lot more farm if they want to be able to have the burst potential to finish him off. This Purifying Flames is so good, at least when he even gets to level 3, it will do nearly 300 damage at that point, and could certainly help at this point in the game. But he's starved a bit. King RD and him will be able to do a little bit of the jungle farm while ADR is left in the lane. But he's still got a long way to go as far as CS is. 14 CS for this Slark. The other side, that Fuzzy Wuzzy, 37 and 8. So he is He's a beast right now, and he's got the Morbid Mask, so he can even sacrifice a lane to one of his supports and now make work in the jungle. Hell, he might even go for an early Roche. They're that much in control. He's just going to walk himself right in there and get it started.
They saw this. The rating team saw him walk there with the Observer Ward there.
Can they really stop him, though, is the other question.
I mean, they have 3 heroes in the vicinity. They can easily do it, and they're going to rotate another one. He can finish this up pretty quickly because he's going to have a couple of stacks of Fury Swipes up. He's got 19 now. A Fury Swipe, or rather an Overpower and Enrage will get this done. But it looks like there's going to be a fight breaking out. KRD's level 3. It's going to be the Fortune Z coming out. EMP as well. If they get this done, they get the wall down as well. This is huge. Roundabout, though, we'll get the Aegis, but here's the call down. Aegis roaming in. They'll pick up the lasso and the arrow. We'll bring him back as well. And ADR, he's been off more than he can shoot. Jubileo's low as well. Everybody about to fall. They only get the Aegis for the Ursa. So far, it's a 1-for-2 trade, not including the Aegis. Roundabout, though. Oh, it was Jubileo. He got the Aegis. I thought it was Ursa had it.
No, he snagged it up. They got it. Big wall play. It was able to creep in there, but he will not get away with it still. Pain, it's a big price, but to be able to take that Aegis away will allow them to get a little bit of something, but it's Infamous who will take the economy.
Yeah, they got Infamous got the kill, and that's why I thought that the Ursa had gotten it, but instead he snatched it up. I didn't even notice it. There was too much happening outside of the pit. And really it just comes to the 8-2 was farming mid. He just gets a call down there. The wall and vacuum at this point not really leveled up. He doesn't even have vacuum 1 point in, so that could have been a lot better. King RD's level 3. There just wasn't enough damage for them to pump out at this point. The Quaswex, you know, it's great that they get the Tornado EMP off, but again, ADR is very, very far behind. He just gets his shreds up after that fight. Top lane, King RD's pushing in. And Greedy doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet, but he can start clearing this out. And I do want to mention, by the way, the jungling Beastmaster has more net worth, and he's had more net worth. Oh.
They almost made a go for Roundabout with an early surge. The pounce was just so close, but not close enough to connect on the Ursa, and he was able to make it away.
So the Beastmaster, real quick, has more net worth than the Chen, which and that's it. It's been this way for pretty much the entire game, and I think Panda was really good in doing the aggressive jungling, but it did pay out because he died first. And if he maybe just stayed alive, it would have been a lot better for him, but they're not really concerned because they have top 3 net worth currently, Dakota. I mean, they're having a great game with the exception of that Aegis steal. Everything else is going their way pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, the cores got what they needed from the laning phase. The supports will need to play a bit of catch-up because they had to sacrifice their laning phase to kind of ensure the cores are going to be able to have a good time. Mid lane, though, supports might be able to get involved with this one. Lunaro going to get hit up with a magic missile, with a homing missile. And now missiles from the skies. Lunaro, Ghost Walk, not going to matter. They got the dust ready to go. Excel's going to be able to participate in that one and even pick up the kill. And look at this. Stun lock possible on ADR, but that's all they're going to have. And obviously a pounce will get him away from extra trouble. But the homing missile's out. It connects. Dark Pack. No, Shadow Dance will be used. Infamous, though, very aggressive.
They were diving past the tier 1 tower. I mean, they shouldn't be scared. They picked up the Invoker. He's pretty much all of their team fight at this point, especially with the Darkseer only having 1 point in vacuum. His wall had just come back up. He wasn't nearby to go for an engagement, so they get a couple of kills, like the 1 kill, they're looking for the second one. It came close. ADR was low, but here we go. Smoke of the Seat gang, Pain. They do it almost right on that Observer Ward. They're going to see it, and they might realize that this ward has caught out everything, but they're not backing up just yet. Infamous now getting behind their tier 1 tower in this mid lane, and it looks like they shouldn't find anything here. Greedy should back up. He does get his Blink Dagger. He's got a regen rune on the courier, and that ward, I believe, did all the work for Infamous in this situation.
Yep, sure did. It'll be a lost opportunity here for Pain. And they'll instead take their momentum towards the top lane and try to at least take out this tier 1 and really open up the jungle on the side of Infamous so they can get some early wards down. They actually just planted a ward already, so they'll be able to kind of see the movement shift from Infamous and how they're going to be farming and maybe look for some advancements there. But this is also wonderful timing for Infamous now. They got the Bat Rider Blink online, and he's going to be going without a smoke here, but sure enough, he will be looking for some possible setup. The problem is, in the meantime, is that everyone's top lane, and he'll have to wait for someone to TP towards the mid lane and get the setup there.
Lanero's sitting back behind his 2-2 tower. He knows that he doesn't have his team behind him, and they don't want to TP en masse. They would rather find a kill with themselves, and they might find it on Panda, who's the Chen farming in the jungle, and it looks like they've spotted him with the Hawk. And they will not be able to catch him. Panda was able to get out. He had vision with the Dark Troll Summoner, and he'll be fine. And the rest of them were thinking about going in, but instead, they're going to jump right in when Nero gets last set up. The call-down will go. Rocket Barrage, and he should fall will. EMP might hit up. They'll lose a lot of mana, all of it on Excel and Greedy. And we'll see if they try to take a fight here. 40R. Uh-oh. This could be bad.
They're on the high ground. They get the roar off on for Greedy, but he's on the other side. A vacuum will pull him right up to the high ground, though, as, well, ADR wanted to catch him on the low ground. He's still alive and well, though. Greedy looking to make a quick retreat. They can't burst him down. The Purifying Flame's not going to be enough, and instead, it's actually healing him up. He's going to be A-okay. Infamous just right on through now and make more casualties hit the deck. ADR going to be forced to retreat, and all the meanwhile, Roundabout, not even involved, Maut, able to take the tier 1, and he's getting close to level 11.
I mean, that's a 4 versus 4 fight, yes, but Infamous had like no mana on 2 of their heroes, the the Vengeful Spirit and the Bat Rider. So there's no real reason they should win that fight, but you talked about it. He popped the Fairy Fire for the Bat Rider, and then they popped the Purifying Flames, and they thought they were going to get the kill. But the Purifying Flames came out right after the Fairy Fire, so he actually healed up and stayed alive. He was able to Firefly, do some extra damage, and all they really needed was A-Tune to go to work with the Flat Cannon. It was level 2 at the time, but still did more than enough damage for them to find that kill, find those kills in general. And this is such a huge lead for them right now. It is currently 7,500 at 12 minutes. Experience-wise, it's the same. Infamous are rolling on in, and this South American squad going against the Brazilian squad is taking it to them. Pain will try for another smoke, and it almost feels like a desperation smoke at this point.
They really need to make something happen with this one. I mean, you're looking at top 3 net worth all belonging to Infamous here, and their potential is only starting to grow. This Ursa is going to be a real problem, and they might be able to get Excel with this one. King RD is going to use the committed ultimate for it. They're thinking about it, but she's just a bit too far, and they can't make the catch. And they will have to pull off here. Will Infamous go for a catch themselves? Oh, an easy takedown. And now scouting out with the Napalm. Can he get the lasso? He can. It's going to be a pull back here. Going for the Darkseer Magic Missile, and the Fury swipes come through a Roundabout. Easily going to be able to chomp up lunch on that one. Just don't let the pointy head get stuck in your throat on the way down.
Yeah, that's they needed to decommit a lot faster than that. They kind of stood around. They were like, okay, well, maybe we can still get this catch, but they just don't have ultimates currently for the Oracle. So they can't nullify that Blink Lasso. There's no Force Staff yet for Greedy. You should be able to use that to your advantage, but without level 6 for the Oracle, it's a real big problem. So they need to secure him his level 6. They have Roar, obviously. They need to get the Hawk out quicker to find the Vengeful Spirit. They could have gotten that and got out, but now they'll continue to find kills. They'll continue to find aggression on Infamous's side. I like what Pain's trying to do, split pushing with ADR. But at this point, it's still very tough for them.
We'll need a lot of time for this Slark to kind of have more potential than where Infamous already are at this point. Chen begins building up some stacks here in the Ancient Camp for him. Roche is going to be coming up in the near future, and certainly Infamous are going to have all the control they could ask for. Ursa is going to be able to do good work. In fact, he went with the Midas build-up. Yeah. You know, don't see it very often in a lot of the more common Ursa players, but you know, for your like Kotaro Hayamas and a lot of these South American teams, they love to play more of the greedy kind of game, especially when they're doing good at the start. So he is going to be able to snowball pretty damn fast. We'll see if he builds up into a blink or something after this, but with having the Bat Rider on your side with a blink dagger ready to go and almost a Force Staff, there's not very many options to contest the Roche. Sure, they'll have the vision with the benefit of having King RD on the Beastmaster, but I just don't know if they'll be able to take a fight, and I'm sure Infamous would be able to welcome a fight with open arms.
It really comes down to Tornado EMP Vac Wall combo. That's what they really need to have happen. And it's level 2 Vacuum. He continues to get a little bit more experience. He needs level 2 Wall and level 3 Vacuum at least to be effective. They also need Oracle to have his level 6, and they're getting him solo experience here finally mid. And that's great, but they need more. They need more levels on all of their heroes, and I do believe that they can contest Roche, but it comes down to being in the right spot at the right time. But when is Roche up anyways? It's going to be very early, and that is not going to be great for Pain. And now KRD might get scouted out. They're all going to go top. They're looking for this Ursa. If they can get this pick, they can deny that Roche early on here.
Huge pick. This is top net worth in the game if they can pick it up right now. Tornado EMP. He pops out in rage, though, nullifying a lot of the damage. Look as they barely are able to tickle him, but now the damage will be coming through. Hand of God's going to be there, though. Bang! Stepping in, but it's not going to be enough. The send home wasn't there in time, and he will be instead going to the grave. They see Bang, but they're not going to get the finish. All the meanwhile, Greedy made his own jump, caught that little Oracle, but he's lowest in the net worth, so it's only going to hand over a little bit to him. But that is a nice little boost. Do we get to see the fight recap? Oh, I don't get to see it for taking down the Ursa, but I'm sure that was a good chunky gold swing right there.
Yeah, they needed that. They really desperately needed that. Oracle dying sucks, and he's really having a lot of trouble, and still is at level 6, but I mean, the fact that you got the Ursa alone is huge. The Invoker is up to 1,200 gold now. He's already picked up the urn. The Beastmaster gets up to a bit more. I think he actually has his Necro 1 coming out. He does. So they've got a couple more tools to work with, and ADR was also involved in that. He'll pick up a drum. These are just like, these early game items are going to do a little bit, but just not nearly enough. They just need more. That Rider, no last of it will find Lanero. He won't go for it, however. He's not going to jump in. His 4 staff, I think, is done. He does have the Staff of Witchery at about 50 gold, and he's going to have it now. But here we go. This is where it becomes troublesome, because they're just going to jump into Roche, and I don't know if Pain are ready to stop this.
No, definitely without False Promise still being up, yeah, there is just no way. But they're pinging it out like they still want to be doing something right now. I mean, Lilkin cannot kill these creeps fast enough right now. It's just like, for the love of God, please, give me level 6 so I can contribute something.
The Darkseer is not, he has no mana. He doesn't have Arcanes at all. Sol Ring just wouldn't be able to cast it. They have to give that Roche away. Because they didn't realize, you know, okay, well, I need to get back, I need to get mana. And at this point, I think they were just like, well, we're just going to have to let it go. We're just going to have to split push and try to take tier 2 tower top lane.
We'll have to see if Lanaro can at least pick up some of the pieces for his team here. Already got the urn in phase, and he has about 1,500 gold. But what do you go for at this point for this kind of a game? We usually see something like the Orchid, but it doesn't feel like Orchid is very necessary in this particular game. So they'll have to settle for possibly something else. I'm just not sure what could fit the bill.
I don't know what you go for. You're not an Exorbitant Invoker, so Eul's is not going to help you as much. Yeah, Orchid might work. This is a game you're not probably going to go BKBs. Obviously, no Med Styles either, so Orchid actually could do a lot of work here. Silent Skip the Bear also might be nice to have, but they're going to find Lil again with a Blink Blast to win. Dakota, they just keep getting more. He's going to stick up.
He's still not level 6.
And he'll try to heal himself up, but he will go down to Greedy in the end. Does he not have his level 6? Seriously? What?
Still level 5. Can't get level 6.
He was so close the last time he was alive.
He took down the little troll camp down here and then just kind of got caught up with other business, you know, with Infamous moving near the Roche and trying to migrate around or something. He had a couple of wards probably trying to plant him, but he has still not been able to find any time for himself. And what good is it drafting an Oracle if he's not even going to have the tool you drafted him for? And by the time he has it, it just may be a bit too late. We'll have to see, because tier 1s have fallen now. All tier 1s on the side of Pain Gaming. They're even making an advancement for tier 2s as they see King RD and some company towards the bottom lane. Infamous have got to be feeling good about this game. They have finally made their way into a 10k net worth advantage. XP is just about there.
Greedy's able to force that. He knew he was getting ganked. Surge forward from Julian to King RD. Wasn't able to find this. They're going to push base at this point. All this comes down to that aggro dual lane coming up from Infamous, and it just felt like when the Beastmaster was picked, they thought they were going to put it in the in a 3 position, but they had to put it in the support role. Now mid lane, they're going to find King RD and Jubileo. Roundabout was looking for. He blinked in and went for an Earthshock, and he couldn't quite find it. Lanero's here. He's got the EMP in the tornado ready to go. He can exhort, or rather invoke something else. But they probably just have to let all these outer towers go. Infamous have smoked up their high ground here, Dakota. I don't know what you do next. I think you can't really fight this.
Radiant's middle
they're getting baited so hard.
They're waiting for Greedy to get someone to kidnap right now. And they're hoping to get it. This time Oracle will have False Promise ready to go, but he better be quick on the trigger here. Real quick, unless he happens to just grab the Oracle, who is the closest target right now. But no one is approaching this tier 2 on the side of Pain. They know that Bat Rider's missing. They're not stupid. But Greedy's moving in now. He can make the jump and get that Darkseer.
They see him.
He goes in instead, and 40 yards is going to be the target, but they get the quick cancel out. You know, Sark picks that one up himself. And at that point, Infamous will just kind of 180 and back up.
They need to leave now. ADR is on the run.
ADR's going.
Still, and they're going to find Excel. Swappy's going to get sent home. The Hand of God will keep him alive. Nicely done. They'll all get out, it looks like. Panda TP's away. And they do hold, but still, they don't get any kills out of it. That's the biggest thing. Yep. They can't get anything out of it. They have too much heal. There's too much slipperiness on their squad as well. They even have the Guardian Greaves now picked up for the Chen, who's not having the greatest game early on, but still, they're competent enough. They're ahead enough that they can make that mistake where they don't get the lasso off in time. It was really greedy from Greedy. He was able to dark packed off the lasso very easily, and from that point on, they had to just leave because the Ursa took too much damage from Tornado EMP. So good fight from Pain, but they need like that fight plus like an actual kill, and they're looking for it on Roundabout. But he's got the Aegis. I don't know if ADR wants to fight this.
Yeah, in fact, they turn onto him as a 2v1, and he was just easily getting slashed apart. ADR will go down. It didn't even look like it was too much effort, and they didn't even break the Aegis here. So that has got to be a very defeating feeling right now, Maut, from the side of Pain, to see your prized Slark go down so easily, it looks like. And this is more pressure for Pain to pick up the pieces elsewhere. You know, Lunaro still continues to make his advancement down these lanes. He opted to go for the Midas, so he's looking to try to make a bit of a recovery farm here, but that even assures more that Pain are just not in fighting shape anytime soon, and Infamous can happily dictate the pace of this game and determine when the fights are going to happen and on their terms as they push in now. Maut, that is the last outer tower going down from Pain's side, and Roundabout's already inside the base. He's got the Aegis.
He does not have a TP scroll.
He got a Desolator now too. It's not on hand, but it's on the way. Even more objective gaming here, and ADR tickles him a bit. They'll try their best to slow him down. Tornado EMP. Roundabout, though, still with that extra life.
He doesn't have a TP scroll, so that's not great. Yeah, he's not there yet. That Necrotic Blink. The Batrider. Look at where he's situated. They just destroy ADR. There's a Bionic Man. They even need to go for a Blink Lasso, and Greedy knows this. So that should probably be the tier 3 tower once they get the next creep wave. They have 36 seconds to Slark down. That could even be Rax. I don't really think you fight without your Slark here. They'll at least lose their tier 3. They don't have Blitz up and available, and Infamous should... I don't know. Tornado EMP is still pretty difficult to deal with. Roundabout doesn't have that BKB. Look at the damage. The wall is swapped back, though. He'll stay alive. Fortune's End, Purifying Flames going. Roundabout actually might stay alive through all of this damage, Dakota.
Looks like he's fine. They reposition. Do they still want to play this game, or should Infamous pull off and step away with their winnings while they're ahead? Well, they feel confident they're going to jump over that wall, move in, and clear out the racks. Roundabout even giving his life away for this one. Oh, can't force to the low ground. Almost there, is able to conveniently sidestep a tornado. Hand of God comes out just in the nick of time, but they do send him back. He is good. They turn it around. They'll take the Evoker down. Bang will pay the price, though. 40 yards able to snip that one on the end. Lunaro stepping in deep. Ooh, Darkseer barely able to make it away, both with the Oracle in hand. Excel, though, now will be punished. There's the cold snap. King RD steps in only to get swapped, and eventually they'll get the support down. But really, Maut, that is all they get. A couple of supports when they lose so much.
They missed the tornado. They missed the tornado on the Ursa when he was walking out. You saw the missed Force Staff first and foremost, and then after that, he was trying to get out, and the tornado was at the wrong angle from an arrow. Without that, they couldn't get the kill. And they probably would have gotten the kill anyways, but still, they just... Every team fight, like, they got 2 supports, but they lost their racks. A-Tune is yet to die. He's quietly having an amazing game. He gets jumped on, but ADR missed the pounce. A-Tune is very speedy. He even has an arcane with the boot. They'll drop down the call down. Meanwhile, they're going to find Roundabout. They've got more. Can they get this kill? And the answer to that question is probably not. He's already used his enrage, and Cold Snap is not doing anything, really.
He's getting kited a bit from this Cold Snap as Necrobook does come out. This time he gets forced up to the high ground. Going to be safely set, but spoke too soon. 40 yard gets in there, gets the job done. Creedy pulls Lunaro up to the high ground now. Oracle going to try his best to save him out. Already heals him up quite a bit. But their friend needs assistance. They need to boost him down. Oh, almost get some bump love from the flame break.
This is really a problem.
Meanwhile,
ADR's still going to work. Like, he's just going in.
Yeah, ADR is not waiting for his team. He's happy to go in and try to make a quick pick there on the Vengeful Spirit, but she's got the swap, and she'll make it out fine. And,
one arrow has to carry out a TP because no one else has one, I think. And if they did, they couldn't give it to him.
Yeah, it's a TP.
He needs to get out.
I was going to say maybe that could have been the item he needed.
Oh, Panda! ADR just goes behind the lines and gets the kill. Oh. They have to try to go on him. Shadow Dance, he doesn't have it. Yes, he does. Back in, the wall comes out. This could be huge. They'll get the Dire Courier as well with 2,400 gold on it, but they lose ADR. It's time to back now. And that should be, I think the Darks are probably dying. He's searching away, maybe dying. He's got Blink up. Yeah, he gets out nicely. Little slick maneuver there.
It was an admirable hit and run coming out from ADR, but he does lose his own life for it and will be out unless he buys back for any sort of Roche contention here. It will be spotted from Infamous, and as soon as Roundabout goes through the Roundabout and gets in there, we'll be able to have a bit of a party. So it goes in, goes to work. We'll be able to get the Aegis here. No contention from Pain.
That's ridiculous. With Desolator, he dies so quickly. They didn't even have the wave of tear there. Every hit is a chunk of damage gone. Excel will pick up the cheese too, and Roar came out and greedy. He's in trouble. The bear, or rather, Borslow, Necro Archer burning the mana. That's a mega kill spree coming up for King RD with his Necro 3 and 2,500 gold now. He can pick up a Blink Dagger if he wants.
That is just something that a lot of players can easily underestimate, is the potential of a Beastmaster when he especially has a level 3 Necro book. That book can do a lot of work, even with just within the duration of the stun time with his Primal Roar. So maybe Greedy just kind of doing a little bit too much with his name there and advancing in.
Infamous has a Butterfly. We haven't really talked about his itemization. He's level 16. He's got an SMY Butterfly phase drum. Now he's put the cheese, or Excel has put the cheese onto him. If they smoke up, or if they just try to run down a lane with Aegis, and Greedy is back up in 15, I don't see any way that Pain can keep this even. I mean, they have all their ultimates up, sure. Roar will be back up in 17. And maybe they can defend with like another Tornado MP, but again, you just have too many lives with the cheese up, and there's no outer towers left. So any mistake that Pain make, especially like if ADR dies, or if the Darkseer dies, they can just take base, I think.
Man, I feel like I haven't seen a Butterfly on a Gyrocopter in forever. I feel like more Gyrocopters have been going S and Y. Hell, I saw a Gyrocopter go straight for Abyssal earlier today. BKBs, Satanics, but Butterfly seems to be lower on the list. Yeah, Scotty sometimes, but I can understand here and now not very many good candidates to pick up the MKB on the other side. I mean, ADR has to kind of go down his usual item path first, so it will take a while before he's able to break through that evasion, unless this Invoker opts to get like an Atos or something. It's going to be pretty damn tricky. Also, the Batrider, I never noticed, had picked up the Agnum Scepter. Doesn't have an Aether Lens yet, but if he happens to complement it with an Aether Lens, that just makes it so easy to quickly hog-tie 2 at once here. But I don't think we've seen the double lasso yet this game. But it is going to be something that makes it a lot easier and a lot better when it's time to breach into the high ground. And Infamous are on pace to get to that point pretty soon.
Yeah, Greedy actually just needs an Aether Lens. I think that's really going to be helpful for what he's trying to accomplish. There's the Axe Dump for the Ursa, by the way. That's just an amazing item. Like, how do you lock somebody down when he just hits his R button? Like, there's not really a way. I think Roar, it can probably take Roar out. Like, if he gets roared, I'm pretty sure he just hits the R button, he's fine. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's impossible to deal with him anymore.
Dire's middle tower.
Here they come now from the north. Have that Aegis and extra life. This will test Pain Gaming in their high ground defense. You have one of the best high ground defenders in the game with this Darkseer, who has only level 1 wall, but 4 levels of vacuum ready to go. Starts pumping out the ion shells, and they'll try their best to fizzle the situation, leading in with a Tornado EMP. Roundabout, though, beginning to go to work on this tier 3. What are they going to do to stop him right now? Not much yet. Greedy pinged out on the side, waiting in the trees. Pain Gaming's positioning very good far on the right. There's a big vacuum wall setup. Is it going to be enough? Hand of God's going to be there as a good response, and quickly Infamous look for a reposition, but ADR makes his move. Can he get a tune? No, he can't. Cheese is going to be there. Heals right up, and ADR goes right down. So does the Darkseer. 2 buybacks might need to come out, but no, won't even matter. King RD says, we're already done here, throws in the towel, and that's going to be game number 1 for Infamous.
I loved what they were trying to do there, hitting that Gyrocopter, but the missed chances came out. That's why the Butterfly is good. They just, ADR missed, I think, a good, like, maybe 5 out of those, like, 6 right clicks, just couldn't get the job done. If he had hit those 5 last hits or right clicks, he probably would have gotten the kill on the Gyrocopter. Maybe the fight turns, but still, even if they got the kill on the Gyrocopter, then you still have to deal with the Ursa, the Batrider with Lasso, and they're all close, so he could have gotten 2 targets. I'm not even sure if he used it at the end. They had Chen, who just healed completely with Guardian Greaves, with his ultimate as well. That's just a great game from Infamous, really. A huge draft as well, just a big draft advantage. I don't think there's any reason for Pain to be that far down at the beginning of the game, but they couldn't deal with that Ursa and Venge aggro dual lane, and so it turns to be disastrous for Pain Gaming early on here, Dakota.
Good showing from Infamous for game number 1, but we're not done yet. This is a best of 3 after all. The fight continues to see which is going to be the last South American team to represent here in BTS Americas 4. This is KotLGuy, that's Maut. After the break, we'll be back for game number 2 of Pain Gaming versus Infamous.